Hello students, today in this lecture of Indian Penal Code, I am going to start chapter number 3 of IPC, chapter number 3 of Indian Penal Code 1860, consisting of section 53 to 75. Chapter number 3 deals with the provisions in relation to punishments that are to be inflicted upon the offender when it has been proved before the criminal court that he committed any offence under the provisions of Indian Penal Code. Generally, the Indian Penal Code lays down the maximum punishment that can be imposed for an offence. I want to repeat. The general rule is that the Indian Penal Code lays down the maximum punishment that can be imposed for an offence. For example, Section 379 of IPC provides the maximum punishment that can be imposed for the offence of theft. And it provides that whoever commits theft shall be punished with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 3 years, or with fine, or with both. In other words, we can say that the maximum punishment for the offence of theft cannot exceed the term of 3 years. So, maximum punishment for the offence of theft is 3 years. But in few cases in Indian Penal Code, such as waging war against a government, dowry death, sexual offences such as rape, the Indian Penal Code also provide the minimum punishment as well as maximum punishment for the offences. Let us take an example of section 304B subsection 2, which provides the punishment for the offence of dowry death. Section 304B subsection 2 provides that whoever commits dowry death shall be punished with imprisonment for a term which shall not be less than 7 years. I want to repeat. Whoever commits dowry death shall be punished with imprisonment for a term which shall not be less than 7 years, but which may extend to imprisonment for life. So, the minimum punishment for the offence of dowry death is of 7 years, and the maximum punishment for the dowry death can extend to imprisonment for life. But it is very important to note that within the limit of maximum punishment, it is the discretion of the criminal court as to how much punishment is to be inflicted upon the offender. But this discretion should be exercised by the court in such a way that sentence should neither be more severe nor it should be too lenient so as to fail to serve its purpose. Supreme Court of India in State of Punjab versus Mansingh AIR 1983 Supreme Court 172 held that it is the duty of every court in every case to award proper sentence having regard to the nature of the offence, the manner in which the offence was committed by the accused, and to all attendant circumstances. Let us study section 53. Section 53 provides what type of punishment can be inflicted against the accused. It provides that the punishment to which the offender are liable under the provisions of Indian Penal Code are: first type of punishment under Indian Penal Code is the punishment of death. Second type of imprisonment is imprisonment for life. Third punishment is omitted by Act number 17 of 1949, which was transportation for life, under which the prisoner is transported to the jail of Andaman and Nicobar. But this punishment has been omitted by Act number 17 of 1949 with effect from 6th of April 1949. Fourth type of punishment that is inflicted against the accused is imprisonment. And this imprisonment is of two descriptions. Namely, it may be rigorous imprisonment, in which the offender is required to do the hard labor. And second type of imprisonment is simple imprisonment, in which the offender is not required to do any work in the jail. Fifth kind of punishment is the forfeiture of property, under which the property of the offender is forfeited to the government. Sixth type of punishment is imposition of fine against the accused. So, what is the rule in relation to death penalty under the Indian Penal Code? It was held by the Supreme Court of India in Kishori versus State of Delhi 1999 Criminal Law Journal 584 Supreme Court that death sentence can be imposed in rarest of rare cases. It should not be normally inflicted against the accused. Unless and until the case of the accused do not fall within the definition of rarest of rare case, death sentence should not be imposed against the offender. So, what is the meaning of life imprisonment? Life imprisonment means a sentence for the entire remaining life of the accused, unless the sentence is remitted by the appropriate government, either in whole or in part. That means to say, life imprisonment is that type of imprisonment in which the offender is sentenced to for his remaining life in the jail, unless this life imprisonment is remitted by the appropriate government, either in whole or in part. It has been made clear by the Supreme Court in Jahid Hussain versus State of West Bengal that life sentence does not automatically expire at the end of 20 years. It has also been made clear that the state where the prisoner has been convicted and sentenced alone has the power to remit the sentence of life imprisonment. In Bishan Singh versus State of Punjab 1983 Criminal Law Journal 973 Supreme Court, the Supreme Court held that having regard to the particular facts and circumstances of the case, if the case of the accused cannot be termed as rarest of rare cases, then death sentence imposed on the accused may be commuted to imprisonment for life. Third type of punishment that can be inflicted against the accused is imprisonment. And imprisonment may be of two types. It may be rigorous imprisonment or it may be simple imprisonment. In rigorous imprisonment, the prisoner is required to do the hard labor, and it has been made clear by the Supreme Court in State of Gujarat versus Honorable High Court of Gujarat, AIR 1998 Supreme Court 3164, that imposition of hard labor on the prisoner was legal and it cannot be equated with begar or other similar form of forced labor. And there is no violation of clause number 1 of article number 23 of the Constitution. So this is something about this lecture in which we have dealt what is the meaning of punishment, what type of punishment can be imposed against the accused, and in the next lecture we will discuss what is the meaning of transportation for life and other relevant provisions of Indian Penal Code will be discussed by us in the next lectures. If you like my channel, please subscribe my channel, and if you want to get notes of my law lectures, then you can go to Google and type lawarticles2020.blogspot.com. You will be on my blogging page where you will find the sufficient notes of my law lectures. Thank you very much.